you stepped outside on a blazing July morning, coffee in hand, ready to enjoy your garden, and then you saw it. Your once lush, vibrant green plants are turning yellow, leaves drooping, color fading. Your heart sinks a little because you did everything you thought was right. You watered them, you gave them sunshine, you even talked to them. And yet, there they are, yellowing right in front of your eyes during the hottest weeks of summer. If this sounds like you, take a breath, because you are not alone, and more importantly, your plants are not gone. Yellow leaves in summer heat are one of the most common problems that beginner and even experienced gardeners face across the United States, from the humid southeast to the scorching southwest, and from the Midwest heat waves to the sun-baked gardens of California. The great news is that yellow leaves are not a death sentence for your plants. They are a message, and once you learn how to read that message, you will know exactly how to fix it, prevent it, and grow a healthier, more beautiful garden than ever before. Let us start by understanding why summer heat specifically causes leaves to turn yellow, because the season itself plays a massive role in what your plant is experiencing. At a cellular level, when temperatures climb above 85 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit, which is completely normal for most of the United States, during June, July, and August, plants begin to experience a kind of internal stress that affects nearly every biological process they depend on. Photosynthesis slows down, water uptake becomes erratic, nutrient absorption from the soil becomes inconsistent, and the chlorophyll, that beautiful green pigment that gives leaves their color, starts to break down faster than the plant can replace it. The result is the yellow, pale, or even bleached-looking leaves that alarm so many gardeners every single summer. So the first thing to understand is that yellowing in summer is often a combination of factors working against your plant at the same time, not just one single issue. Now, one of the biggest culprits behind yellow leaves in summer is watering. Specifically, watering incorrectly. Most beginners make one of two mistakes. They either water too much, thinking that more water equals more care, or they water too little, because they are afraid of overwatering after reading something about root rot. Both of these extremes lead to yellow leaves, and it can be surprisingly hard to tell them apart at first. When a plant is overwatered during summer, the roots sit in soggy soil that lacks oxygen. The roots begin to suffocate and decay, which prevents them from sending nutrients and water up through the plant. The leaves turn yellow, starting from the bottom of the plant. They may feel soft or mushy, and the soil will feel consistently wet even before your next watering session. When a plant is underwatered, on the other hand, the leaves will also yellow, but they will often feel dry, crispy at the edges, and the soil will be bone dry an inch or two below the surface. The correct watering routine for healthy roots during summer is one of the most powerful tools you have as a gardener. Instead of watering on a fixed schedule like every single day or every other day, you want to water based on what the soil actually needs. A simple and effective method is the finger test. Push your finger about an inch or two into the soil near the base of your plant. If it feels dry at that depth, it is time to water. If it still feels moist, hold off and check again the next day. When you do water, water deeply and thoroughly so that moisture reaches the full root zone, rather than giving a light sprinkle on the surface that evaporates before it ever reaches the roots. Deep watering encourages roots to grow downward, which makes the plant far more resilient to summer, heat, and drought. Water your plants either early in the morning or in the late evening to avoid water evaporating quickly in the midday sun. Morning watering is generally preferred because it gives the foliage time to dry before nightfall, which reduces the risk of fungal disease. Light is another critical factor that most beginners overlook when dealing with yellow leaves in summer. Many plants that thrive beautifully in spring under full sun begin to struggle when that same summer sun intensifies into a relentless, scorching blaze. The best light conditions for most common garden plants and houseplants during summer is bright, indirect light, or morning sun followed by afternoon shade. Direct afternoon sun during peak summer hours, typically between noon and 4 in the afternoon, can cause leaf scorch, a condition where the leaf tissue actually burns, turns yellow, and eventually brown and crispy. This is especially common with tropical plants, ferns, herbs like basil and parsley, and flowering plants like impatiens or begonias that are not naturally adapted to intense, direct sunlight. If your outdoor plants are showing signs of sun scorch, along with yellow leaves, consider using shade cloth, which is an affordable and easy solution available at most garden centers across the country. A 30 to 40% shade cloth can dramatically reduce the temperature around your plants and protect the foliage from harsh afternoon sun without blocking the beneficial morning light they still need for healthy photosynthesis. For container plants and houseplants that you bring outside in summer, move them to a sheltered spot where they get filtered or dappled light, perhaps under a tree canopy or on a covered porch. The best temperature range for most popular garden plants sits between 65 and 85 degrees Fahrenheit. Once temperatures consistently push above 90 degrees, plants shift energy away from growth and into survival mode, which is when you will see the most dramatic yellowing. Temperature stress is real, and it affects plants in ways that go beyond just the heat in the air. Soil temperature matters just as much as air temperature. When the surface of the soil heats up under the blazing summer sun, the roots closest to the surface can literally cook. Mulching is one of the single most effective and underrated solutions to this problem. Applying a 2 to 3 inch layer of organic mulch, things like wood chips, straw, shredded leaves, or bark, around the base of your plants insulates the soil, keeps it cooler, retains moisture for much longer between watering sessions, and even adds nutrients back to the soil as it slowly breaks down over time. If you have not already mulched your garden beds this summer, it is one of the best things you can do right now for your plants. Fertilizing during summer requires a thoughtful and measured approach, because this is another area where well-meaning beginners often make costly mistakes. When a plant is already stressed from heat, drought, or overwatering, dumping heavy amounts of fertilizer onto it does not help. It makes things significantly worse. Applying too much fertilizer, especially synthetic nitrogen-heavy formulas, when the plant is heat-stressed, causes what is known as fertilizer burn, where the salts in the fertilizer draw moisture out of the roots and cause the tips of leaves to turn yellow and then brown. If you suspect over-fertilizing has contributed to your yellowing problem, flush the soil thoroughly with plain water several times over a few days to wash excess salts away from the root zone. The right approach to summer fertilizing is to use a balanced, diluted fertilizer at roughly half the recommended strength, every 2 to 3 weeks. Rather than full-strength applications, a water-soluble balanced fertilizer, something with roughly equal nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, works well for most flowering and vegetable plants during summer. Alternatively, a slow-release granular fertilizer applied at the beginning of summer can steadily feed your plants throughout the season without the risk of over-application. Organic options like compost tea, fish emulsion, or worm castings are gentle on stressed plants and are an excellent choice for beginners who want to feed their garden without worrying about burning the roots. Pruning is something that intimidates many beginner gardeners, but it is genuinely one of the most helpful things you can do for a plant struggling with summer stress and yellow leaves. When you see yellow leaves, especially those that are fully yellowed, spotted, or damaged, removing them promptly is important for several reasons. First, yellow leaves are no longer contributing to photosynthesis. They are essentially dead weight drawing energy the plant could be spending on healthy foliage. Second, damaged or diseased yellow leaves can become entry points for fungal infections and pests. Third, strategic pruning redirects the plant's energy toward producing new, healthy growth. Use clean, sharp pruning shears or scissors. Wiping the blades with rubbing alcohol between cuts helps prevent spreading any disease from one part of the plant to another. Remove only the affected leaves and any stems that look weak, leggy, or overly crowded. Good airflow between the leaves and stems of your plant is essential for keeping it healthy. Especially in humid summer climates, there are several other common problems that cause yellow leaves in summer that every beginner should be aware of. Pest infestations, particularly spider mites, aphids, and whiteflies, explode in population during hot, dry summer conditions and can cause widespread yellowing very quickly. Spider mites, in particular, thrive in heat and drought, spinning fine webbing on the undersides of leaves, while sucking the sap out of the plant tissue and leaving pale, yellowish stippling all over the foliage. The easiest solution for most common pest problems is a simple homemade spray made from a few drops of dish soap mixed with water, applied thoroughly to both sides of the leaves every few days until the infestation is under control. Neem oil is another highly effective and beginner-friendly organic solution that works against a wide range of pests and also has mild antifungal properties. Nutrient deficiencies are also a frequent cause of yellow leaves in summer, particularly nitrogen deficiency, which causes the older lower leaves to turn yellow first, while new growth at the top remains green. Iron chlorosis, another common issue, especially in alkaline soils, found in parts of the Southwest and Midwest, causes yellowing between the leaf veins while the veins themselves stay green. A distinctive pattern that is a clear signal of an iron deficiency. Testing your soil with an inexpensive soil test kit, available at most home improvement and garden stores, can quickly tell you the pH and nutrient levels of your soils, so you can correct any deficiencies with the appropriate amendment. Fungal diseases love summer conditions, especially when warm temperatures combine with high humidity and poor air circulation. Root rot, powdery mildew, and leaf spot diseases can all cause yellow leaves and are far more common in summer than most beginners realize. Keeping the foliage as dry as possible by watering at the base of the plant rather than overhead. Improving airflow through pruning, avoiding overcrowding of plants, and removing affected plant debris promptly all go a long way toward preventing fungal diseases before they start. Container plants and potted flowers face an extra challenge in summer because pots heat up dramatically in direct sun, roots bake faster, and containers dry out much more quickly than in-ground garden beds. If you are growing plants in containers, on a patio or balcony, consider moving them to a spot with afternoon shade, double potting them by placing the inner pot inside a larger outer pot with insulating material, like moss and smouse paper or newspaper packed between the two, or switching to light-colored pots that reflect heat rather than dark pots that absorb it. Soil quality is the foundation of everything in the garden, and poor soil contributes enormously to yellow leaf problems in summer. Heavy clay soils that hold water and become waterlogged during rain events, or sandy soils that drain too rapidly and leave roots without moisture, both create stress that shows up as yellow leaves. Amending your soil with quality compost, ideally worked in before planting season but even as a top dressing mid-season, improves drainage in clay soils, improves water retention in sandy soils, and adds a steady supply of organic nutrients that support plant health through the summer heat. One final point that is critically important for beginner gardeners to understand is that some yellow leaves in summer are completely natural and not a cause for alarm. Many plants shed their oldest, lowest leaves as a normal part of their growth cycle, especially as they push energy into producing flowers and fruit during the peak growing season. If you see just a few bottom leaves turning yellow while the rest of the plant looks vibrant and healthy, and there is no sign of pests, disease, or watering problems, chances are very good that you are simply witnessing normal leaf senescence. Observe the overall pattern and health of the plant before panicking, and always address the most obvious possible causes: watering, light, and temperature, before chasing more complex diagnoses. The path to fixing yellow leaves in summer heat comes down to one essential principle that runs through every single piece of advice in this guide: attentive, responsive care. Your plants are communicating with you through their leaves, their color, their posture, and their growth. When you learn to slow down, look closely, and respond thoughtfully rather than reactively, you will find that growing a healthy, beautiful garden in the heat of a USA summer is absolutely within your reach. No matter how new you are to gardening, start with the basics, be consistent, be patient, and watch how quickly your plants recover and thrive when given exactly what they need. If you love learning about seasonal flowering plants, vegetables, gardening tips, and nature care, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Nature Nurture Hub, your home for year-round garden inspiration. Let's keep growing together.